There's the light switch. Right, there you go. What do I look like? Do I look like a picture? Oh, is that filming right? Okay, I'm in the B Max. I meant C Max. And I'm trying out the new GoPro. Oh, don't I look fashionable? Don't I look trendy as anything in there? Whee! Look at my headgear. But you wish you had a hat like this. But anyway. There you go, that's off. That's on. That's off. That's on. Right, okay. So, just going to try a virtual driving experience with the headgear in the parents' new B Max. It needs a run, has been running a few weeks. I meant C Max. So there's a stop-start technology. But right, that's how we go. Like that. This is the ultimate, like, I am a dickhead hat, isn't it? This is the ultimate. Look at me, I'm a dickhead. Wait, look at this dickhead thing I've got me forehead. It sticks out like this. Wait. But, anyway, gives you this 3D virtual driving experience apparently. So we'll give this a go. Tell you what, I wouldn't be walking through any bloody shopping mall with this on. It's an action camera. Action camera stuff. Right, let's take a right here. I don't think going that way. Go that way. Okay. Oh, thank you, Mr. Traffic Light. There you go. You do just in time. Right. Right, we'll just take this up to Widrington, back round Ashington Way. In fact, I didn't really want to go this way. I wanted to go just round Framlington there, but never mind. Let's just bus up. Right, so bring it up to the speed limit here, 60. Soon catch the bus up. Oh, he's overtaken. How's the footage looking? Is the footage looking good? Is there room there for me to overtake? Why aye, let's go. Yeah, there's your acceleration of your B Max. I meant C Max. I'll do a proper review of this. A proper, you know, like proper camera angles and stuff, but I don't really want to do it now because I've already drove it. I've already drove this thing, so this is just really more of a test of the GoPro Hero 4 session headgear. Yeah, so I've seen a few things on YouTube where people have kind of just stuck one of these on their head and did virtual driving experiences of various vehicles. So yeah, that's basically what this is. I mean, my impressions of this car so far, getting onto the car, are it's far better than that B Max that we had, because that thing had all sorts of problems in it. Its engine, it was a petrol car, petrol automatic, but it just, the gearbox on it was terrible. It was always, it was like it was slipping gears all the time. So it was going. But this is I think, I don't know what size. I think it's a 1.5 or 1.6 litre diesel, automatic, diesel automatic, and it is smooth as anything to drive. It is. If it only had like something like autopilot, I would put it above, almost on par with, well, about 75% on par with driving a Tesla, I would say, because it's just so relaxing. There's no, you know, you just got the accelerator and brake. It's got, this is the titanium one that they've got, so it's got the cruise control and everything on it. Oh, there you go. I had the full beam on, didn't even realise. I'll turn that off. Must have blinded that bus. Sorry, Mr. Bus. I must have blinded that car coming the other way. Sorry, Mr. Car. Yeah, so yeah, we're in the 30 zone here, so we can put the cruise control on there. Need to what's the one to start us? That's the cruise control button. There you go. Set at 27, so foot off the accelerator now. It's just driving itself. And to a bend, so I might just cancel the cruise control by pressing a slight tap on the brake pedal. Use my right foot to navigate around here. And, as you can see, my hands are on the wheel most of the time. Well, I hope you can see anyway in this thing that my hands are on the wheel most of the time. And I'm just steering around the corner like this. There's a place to turn around. I might do a quick turn around here because I don't really want to go all the way up to Widrington. I was just going to go through Lymouth and go and mount the curve a bit. That will be the nothing coming behind. Nope. Bus will be coming the other way soon, probably. Right, okay. Nothing coming still. Nope. Check mirrors. Right, we'll go back this way. Yeah, I didn't want to really go that far. I just wanted to test this GoPro out, so yeah, we'll go around here. Retrace our steps. But this serves as giving this vehicle its run. Hasn't been running in a few weeks. But yeah, that B-Max, if you did run it every few weeks, it used to break. It used to drain its own battery with it. This had, I came to use it, and the fob wasn't opening the car a few times. I had to flick it a few times, but it eventually responded. Basically didn't respond by the fob, so I just took, because it's keyless entry, I just tugged at the handlebar, the driver's side door handle a few times, and it eventually picked us up and opened, so no biggie there. And since then it's just picked us up pretty easily. I just get in and out of the car, it opens itself, it opens itself. The keyless entry is fine on it. It's one thing my basic Dacia doesn't have is keyless entry. I like that with the Leaf when I first got it, but for some reason I wore out. I think it was just with the taxi work getting in and out of the car so much. I wore out the keyless entry button on because the Nissans you don't just open, you can't just open the door, it'll open. Had a little button on the actual door handle where you had to push it for the keyless entry to pick it up. Well, on that version, if anyway, I don't know if Nissan's updated it since then, but on that version of the Leaf I had, the Mark 1, the keyless entry, you had to actually get a hold of the door handle and push the button on the door handle and it would open. It would pick up your end. But anyway, because of that, when I was using it in the taxi, I pushed that button so many times that eventually it just wore out and stopped working. It was like a little micro switch inside. You know, if you've ever had one of those, have you ever had like a game controller and the micro switch game controllers and make a clicky noise, you can hear the switches underneath. Oh, thank you. I thought you were on full beam, Muppet. Anyway, yeah, you can feel the micro switches would go when maybe you were hammering the left or right on the controller too much, and it would eventually wear the micro switch out. And that's basically what I had with the Nissan Leaf door handle. It kind of, the clickiness went and it just felt spongy, and I knew then that it was the switch itself that was gone, and it would require a whole new door handle costing hundreds of pounds from Nissan to probably replace it. But, I wonder if this light's going to change just in time for me getting there again. There's no cars coming the other way, so hopefully the sensor will pick me up, because if I give it a flash of the lights, that sometimes works. Yay! There you go. Well, I think I'll just take this all the way back home again now. Don't really need to go any further. Tested the camera out, testing the virtual driving experience out with the knob head gear on. Trendy looking thing. Such a trendy. I feel so fashionable with it. Having a look at myself again. Yeah, I'll have to go to parties like this. Yeah. Hey, dearie me. Anyway, I'm gonna go back on here. Right, let's put a full beam on. Full. It does have a bit of a pickup, like. It doesn't throw you back in your seat so much like the B-Max. It's not as instantaneous as electric acceleration in the Leaf or a Tesla, but it's smooth acceleration. It gently pushes you back, and it doesn't throw you back. Kind of gently pushes you back, and gives you confidence to get past a wagon or a slow-moving vehicle if you need it. But the driving style is so relaxed in it that you don't really want to do that anyway. It's almost as relaxing as, well, the Tesla's relaxing when I've driven the Teslas a few times, but they've got that much power you just want to feel it every now and again. The Leaf had a bit of power, but generally most of the time, because of the little trees that built up on the dashboard when you drove economically and things, you kind of just wanted to relax and just tootle along there. But you know, if you needed to get past anyone or prove a point, you could still leave most things standing pretty quickly off the mark. Because even though the 0 to 60 times in some vehicles were faster than the say electric vehicle, they've got to actually be good drivers to get that sort of acceleration out of it, and if they're not, they're messing on, changing gears at the wrong time. You know, they've got it in like too high a gear when they hit the accelerator, not changing down, and not got it in the peak power part of the rev range. Whereas when someone does a 0 to 60 test on a car, it's usually a professional driver who's looked at the actual engine spec, has looked at the power bars on it, and understands where the peak power is of the engine, so they'll accelerate using the engine's highest, you know, because this is their profession, they'll accelerate in the peak power band as much as they can, so they'll know when to change gears properly and everything. But with an electric car, you don't need to know all that to get the best 0 to 60 out of it. You'll just plant your foot on the accelerator and you get 100% torque straight away off the line. Straight away when you need it, you'll get that 100% torque. 100% of its torque all the way through the power range. So that's why, even though a lot of petrol vehicles have 0 to 60 times faster than say a Leaf, or you might have a few like exotics that might be able to get close to a Tesla P100D, it will still win because you don't need a racing driver to get that best performance out of it. You can just stick any old schmo in there, and all you need to do is stamp on the accelerator and away it goes. So that's how you get a better, that's how it's easier to basically burn people off in an electric car. You don't need to be an expert, you just need to be able to push the accelerator and away you go, getting the best performance out of it like that. But here we are back in wonderful Pegswood. That's park, that's reverse. Okay. Tell you what, I still do. It's got rear parking sensors on it, this, but I still miss the rear camera of the Leaf. I used to like that. I used to know exactly what was behind you before you hit it. You don't really know with this. But anyway, there you go. Home again, jiggity jig. Right, test complete of the GoPro, and first snippets of they say the stop start started there. First snippets of this done as well, but yeah, we'll do a proper review with all the camera setup as normal on this at some point. Don't know when, next 3 months maybe. Right, catch you soon.